I'm gonna start off with a question. How many of you guys own a car or ever driven? How many of you guys have a phone and a laptop? Okay, so what do all those things have in common? A battery. Battery. Okay, so all those things have in common is a battery, right? A source of which the object is able to fully function, and that relates to the topic because I will be talking about electrical engineering, and I'm a major. My major is electrical engineering at CSULA, so there goes my credibility. And yeah. So I'm gonna start off by saying first I'm gonna talk about the basics. For example, some basic info, salaries, what do they do, what do they need to learn in order to become an electrical engineer. And then I will be talking about some improvements they made in society. And then I'll be talking about some develops that will come over time. So the first improvement would be the electric car. We all know global warming is happening and all these CO2 emissions are occurring, and we're all getting this like change of weather very quickly. And we just experienced one like about 4 days ago when it was raining, and now today's like 90 degrees. That's kind of weird. And yeah, what an electric car does is that it fully runs on electricity. It doesn't release any CO2 emissions, if little or if any. And the more common car runs on petroleum or like gas, which releases CO2 emissions, which is harmful to the atmosphere. And a very promising company that's actually working on the electric car would be Tesla. Tesla, they're making the Model S, they're improving it, and they're saying that their battery now runs about 265 miles, which is the most overall. And according to the bureau, according to Chris Woodward, he did an interview on the CEO of Tesla, and he said that Tesla is also working on a self-driving feature and freeways, for freeways that would work like an automatic pilot. So when you're on an airplane, you know how the pilots, they hit automatic and they drive by itself. Well, that's what they're trying to do with Tesla, the car. And then another thing that they made was the carbon capture transport. It's abbreviated for CCT, and it basically means, so say you have a plant and you're burning fossil fuel. CO2 emissions are coming out, and what they're trying to do is trying to capture the CO2s before they're released into the atmosphere. This would occur before or after the burning of CO2, and what they do, they put it in a tank, like a storage unit, and then they make a hole about 800 meters deep into below the surface, and then they will leave it there. And because it's so pressurized down there, the gas would actually turn back into its liquid form for hundreds and thousands of years. And we actually have some starting already. According to the energy.gov, they state that the first plant has been capturing CO2 since December 2012, and then the second ones began February of this year, and both are functioning at full capacity, and combined together they've captured over 220 tons of carbon dioxide. So yeah, and contributions, like here's a picture of it. See the discharge, the CO2 emissions are going out, and the facility is right here where they capture it. They put it on a ship or a boat or whatever. They drive it out to the middle, they make a hole, and then they leave the CO2 with the storage unit at the bottom. All right, some future advancements. So basically, since like I said, global warming is a big issue, especially for electrical engineers, because we're trying to figure out more efficient ways to make sustainable energy and not rely so much on fossil fuels. So, like I said, global warming, and right now what we're doing is that. Damn it. All right. Okay. So. All right. Some future improvements would be take, for example, we have this object called the metal materials. It's made out of two or other specific subcomponents that come together, say copper and gold. They come together and they make this artificial material that can basically reflect light. Take, for example, you have wood and a light coming in. What would the light do? It basically shine off the wood or it reflect or refract. And it all depends on the electromagnetic waves of the light and how they come to some of the specific sources of the wood. But with this metal material, it's right here actually, it's combining those two together, an object and an object, and it's able to reflect light. So take, for example, you have an object in the middle, and then you put the metal material around the object, you have your light source coming in, and now it's able to reflect the object or make it around into a circle, and in theory, the middle and the object in the middle should be invisible because there is no shadow around it. So yeah, that's something pretty cool. And they actually started using these with some of the military airships, the AC-130s. They're actually not detectable through radar. So yeah, that's another cool thing. And all right, so basically I spoke to you guys about some future advancements and some contributions that they already made in today's world. And for those who are undeclared, I hope that you guys might check this out because it's pretty interesting. Yeah.